Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing LEGO The Batman set number 76181 Batmobile The Penguin Chase. This has 392 pieces, 2 minifigures, and it retails for $30 in the US. The Batman minifigure for this line is a little bit lacking in my opinion, but I mean what we do get is good. I like the torso printing, especially the utility belt with all of that detail. Like he really just looks more armored and kind of like cooler than some of the other Batman suits that we've seen. But sadly, it's not printed around the sides of the legs. I think that's a major miss. I think the cowl just sucks. I don't think it looks anything like the movie. Same old Batarang mold, that's fine. One whole cape, don't like those either. But I really love the back printing here. Like, I mean, I might even like the back printing better than the front printing. Then we do have the regular Bruce Wayne face over here. Terrible opacity for that headband, of course. But we do get an extra headpiece and hairpiece for Bruce Wayne. So that's pretty cool, although I would not advise that Batman unmask himself in front of the Penguin. Here is said Penguin. I love this minifigure. It looks incredible. Love the torso print. Love the leg print. That's so detailed. And I just really like those purple pinstripes. I really like the gun that he's holding. It's nice to get these ones instead of the Alien Conquest ones. The face print is very expressive. And he does have this brand new rocket launcher piece. It has been in other 2022 sets, but this came out in November 2021. So this was the first set to include this new system. And this can shoot out studs or tiles. In this set, it's studs. That's pretty cool, but it is extremely large for the minifigure. They kind of try to balance the weight at the back, but I usually just keep it like pointed down so he can rest with it on the ground. The slicked back hair piece definitely works, and he has nice back printing as well as a decent alternate face. For a second there, I thought that he didn't have one, but I'm glad to remember that he does. There's only one build in this set, the Batmobile itself, and I cannot believe that almost 400 pieces went into this thing. Like, I built it, and it's extremely detailed. It's very heavy, like it feels good for its size, but still, like, I can't believe that this was 400 pieces. I love this build. I'll tell you guys that right off the bat. I think that it's perfect. It is large, of course, extremely large next to a minifigure, but LEGO has really mastered the art of the $30 Batmobile. Like, they just keep getting better and better. Like, I'm obsessed with them. I really hope LEGO doesn't start making more, because I'm gonna have to buy like every single one of them. But this is just another in like the long line of $30 Batmobiles that LEGO has excelled at since like 2019. There's so much detail on like every inch of this thing. So let's start at the back. You've got stickered tail lights over here. You have an insanely detailed engine. This is really cool. Like, I'm not a car person. I don't care about engines at all. But, you know, like the engine is a major feature on the new Batmobile. And so it's really great to see it represented like this. It's just great to see so much detail. There are even stickers down here that are kind of like mostly covered up, but again, they just add to the detail. There's a dial over here. There's obviously power burst pieces coming out of everywhere. You can remove these if you want, but I really like the look of the car with them. But I mean, I guess we'll just take them off as we go so you guys can see what it looks like without them. I really like this printed dish back here. I think that looks fantastic. And you can kind of see like a little bit of a back window and rear, like a little red light into the back of the car there. The sides are also built up really well. Like, there's a bunch of different wedge plates, a bunch of different tiles and slopes, and so it all just looks really good. Like, I'd say the worst part of the car is just this area right here, just because it looks so plain, because everything else is layered and built up, and this part is just left alone. That's not to say it looks bad. It just looks so plain because everything else is so detailed. There are stickers on the side over here. Those look great, and those like match straight up to the slanted tile piece over here. I really like the wheels as well. They have these little kind of half circle cylinder kind of piece on the end. And then you do have some more attachment points for power bursts over here. These are basically just kind of exhaust pipes. And then the same thing on the hood of the car. Whoops, I did not mean to do that, but as you guys can now see, there are spring-loaded shooters in the front. So I guess let's kind of zero in for a closer look up here. You do have a lot of cool headlights. Like, that's a very nice look. And then there's like a little bit of an orange glow under the hood of the car. There's a couple of more stickered pieces. Again, these details aren't super necessary, but they do just add a lot to the look of the car. And so when the spring-loaded missiles are actually loaded in, these are flat silver ones. I don't know if it's a new color. I think we've gotten them in like one other Batmobile, or maybe they were black. Maybe they are a new color, but they're really cool, and they blend in extremely well. And then the triggers for them are up here. This is one of my least favorite parts of the set. I really hate how you can see yellow through there. You don't see it from a lot of angles, but when you see it, it is kind of distracting, and so I wish LEGO had just used a different color over there. But you have another stickered piece over here, and I really like how it's kind of offset, so it's hovering like half over the studs. That's a really nice building technique. And then, like you guys saw before, firing these off is really easy, a little bit too easy. There are the yellow pieces again. That just, it looks terrible, and those pieces are made in like black, so I really wish LEGO just hadn't done that. And then, like I said, you've got more exhaust over here. You can just pull these out though. Not the entire thing, although that does give you a little bit of a glimpse into how it's built. But yeah, you can just pull those blue pieces off if you want, and then once these are gone, that's pretty much most of the power bursts off, and now you can see what the car looks like without them. So I mean, the car still looks cool without them. I just really prefer it with them because I think it makes it look even cooler. The bottom of the car looks pretty decent as well. There's even some upside down building right here, so that's really awesome. And it's very clean down here, which you don't really expect for a LEGO set. But yeah, that looks great. And then now it's finally time to go into the inside. This is using a Speed Champions windshield. There's another sticker up here that feels like pretty much entirely unnecessary, but hey, detail is detail. So this comes off pretty easily, and the cockpit is actually really, really nice. Like, it's very cushy in here. This is built around one of the new, like, 6-wide Speed Champions bases. Although, I mean, I guess they aren't really new anymore. They're like 2 years old at this point, but they're still kind of new to me. And I really like how clean the lines are in here. Like, even with the sides kind of like pasted on using studs not on top techniques, it's so smooth. And then there's just like barely enough of a divot for a minifigure's arms to fit in there. I really like the way that like the sides of the windows are built up with just a couple of transparent plates and then these panel pieces. You have even like a little cargo section back here because you can store like batarangs and stuff over there. I usually just dump stuff into the second seat because, I mean, there's no Robin to put in there. But yeah, that's really nice. There's a lot of room, as you can see. There's a couple of stickered like dials and details and stuff like that. I really like the designs of that. There's even some built up kind of like gray flowers put up over there. So yeah, and I love 2-seater LEGO vehicles, of course. I think every, like, if you're getting one vehicle for $30, it needs to be a 2-seater. So I really appreciate that. So there's Batman in his Batmobile. His cowl's turned a little bit. It is hard to get him to sit down like with the cape down because he can't really sit up. His legs kind of tuck underneath the steering wheel, so you do have to push him back a little bit. So it's hard to just like stuff his cape in there, but it does work. And again, you can put someone else next to him. So actually, I'm probably going to stick Selena Kyle with him, Catwoman, in there after this review is over. So yeah, that works out really well, and I really like the build of this car. Like I said earlier about the weight, this thing is dense, and I feel like you can tell that from looking at the bottom because there's not like any gaps visible. This thing is just really heavy. It feels really good in your hands, and it feels like you get your money's worth with this. And I guess I forgot to mention, but the car does have a slight forward rake. It is, you know, like leaning forwards because the back wheels are just a little bit higher up off the ground than the front. That is more great attention to detail because this, I think, is like a Dodge Charger or something. Don't quote me on that. But it's supposed to be the same car as Ghost Rider, as what's Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider from Marvel. So LEGO made like a Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider car, I think in 2021. And it was a $20 set. This is a $30 set. This one has a ton more detail, and it does have that forward rake that the other one was missing. So I actually might do a comparison on those cars because they are supposed to be the same thing, you know, like in real life. There's actually a really great selection of extra pieces here with multiple spring-loaded shooter bolts, some power burst pieces, and then even one of those dishes. Here's the box for this set. Like I've said before, I really like the black and red design. Love that art of Pattinson's Batman in the corner. I do think it's hilarious that the Penguin is just running away. Like, he doesn't even have his gun on this box. He's just like fleeing this giant car that's coming down on him. And then at the back, this is also kind of like an iconic shot because this was like the way the Batmobile was revealed to us. That was like one of the photos that the director released. So I think that that's a really nice shot for the car. The instruction manual is square, which kind of surprised me. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, not taller. And then at the back, you do have an ad for the other Batman sets. My thoughts on this set basically equal my thoughts on the Selena Kyle Motorcycle Pursuit set. Buy this. This is a great set. This is an extremely well-designed vehicle. Again, much like the motorcycle set, we've seen this kind of stuff from LEGO like an endless number of times. How many $30 Batmobiles have we gotten? But LEGO keeps knocking them out of the park. This is like one of the best cars I have ever built from LEGO. I really love it. Like, I'm tempted, I know I'm going to buy a second motorcycle set, but I'm tempted to buy a second one of this set as well, just because I love the build so much. So I would definitely recommend that you guys buy this. I think that this is a near perfect set. My only issue is the minifigures. You guys know I don't like the Batman, and Penguin is great. He's a great minifigure, but $30, I do expect one more minifigure. To be fair, there are a lot of pieces in this set. It's got like almost 400 pieces, so I guess that kind of offsets that, but I really would have liked to see one more minifigure. I think would have been perfect. So let me know what you guys think about this set in the comments below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.